Wondervine, or is it Garrett?
No, I think it's Aaron. I don't know how to say his name on Discord.
Okay. Don't worry about it. We're now streaming to
Yeah.
all of the 0 viewers.
Yeah, at the moment, welcome to race 1 of season 3 for OFR here at the Red Bull Ring. We're just waiting a few more minutes before we launch the session.
I think it should be a good race. 25% one-shot quali. I think it's going to be a real struggle because you never know. Some of the quick guys could just fail because it's so easy to corner cut around here or exceed track limits. That if you just need to go out by 1 millimeter and then you're starting from the back.
An easy invalidation point will be probably exit of turn 5 going into, or not turn 5, or
yeah, no, it is turn 5, I think.
Yeah, like where it transitions from sector 2 to sector 3. That's where I could see them starting to invalidate, or in those final 2 right-handers of the last sector. Those are some areas where I could see some invalidations. Maybe turn 1 could be one of them.
Turn 1 you can kind of cut it a little bit, but then again, it's really easy to like misjudge.
Exactly, and you don't want to take too much curb.
And you don't want to go wide after that, so it's very difficult to keep it on the track.
But it's a very high-paced circuit, so it will be here. It'll create some interesting racing for. I'm not 100% sure how many laps it would be.
It is 18 laps.
It is 18 laps.
Oh, it's short quali.
Short quali. All right.
I didn't realize. I thought it was one shot.
Yeah, no. It was. I think it will forever be like 18 minute.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like. How many drivers are there? I thought we were doing. Yeah, okay. There's no race 2, right? It's just one race.
I think so as well. I think it's just one race.
Okay. I do feel like maybe D3 for the last race should be 50% for all the people that are moving up to go into 50%.
Maybe, but it just really comes down to, are these guys going to be able to handle the 50%, or... But considering that this is also kind of like the entry level for the league, I think that it's the right move to keep it at a 25% for now.
Yeah, true. I think it's definitely a very easy to get penalties as well. So you never know. These guys might not quite have the skill to keep it on track, and there could even be some penalties and disqualifications at 50%. But then again, people that are moving up need a little taster for.
Yeah, exactly. And the assists are, and the settings for this are pretty much Division 2 of last season, if I'm correct.
I believe so.
So, it'll be an interesting race.
Yep, I'll take you through it. There's no braking assist. There is no ABS. There is medium traction control. There is a racing line for corners only. And if you really want to go full out, you can go to manual with clutch. Yeah. Even though it doesn't mean anything.
So the only changes I think with the gearbox, because I think last season in D2 you were allowed to use manual with suggested gear.
No, you were allowed everything. You were allowed automatic last season.
For D2?
D3.
D3, okay.
And then,
yeah, but the assists for D3 now are pretty much the exact same as last year for D2.
Yeah, sometimes the suggested gear is obviously wrong as well. Sometimes you could go a little bit higher because you take a little bit more speed through the corners. Sometimes it's a bit lower because you need some sort of rotation in a way.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're entering it now. for short
Yep.
qualifying.
So,
It's going to be a
any
good one.
predictions for who's going to take pole position, or?
Well, if I say who I think is going to get pole, it will sound biased.
Yeah. But like, without trying, without, I don't know how to put it. Like,
Without trying
personally,
to sound biased, it's
yeah, or just like choose somebody that you might not have a bias for, or some. Or, I don't know.
well. I looked at the time trials. Obviously, time trials doesn't obviously mean anything when it comes to the
No, it
race.
really doesn't, because it gives you unrealistic conditions. But
So it's a little bit of a taster to who is
hmm
kind of quick and who's not so quick. But I do think that it's going to be a battle between Cam and La. He's my
yeah,
teammate.
I
I
could
should know
agree.
his name. But anyway, we are here
Honestly,
for
I can agree with that
yeah.
pick of
Anyway,
yours.
yeah, we're here for the Division 3 race in Austria. We have 17 drivers with us today for this short qualifying and 25% race. It's going to be a good one. We have Bob's your uncle and AJ in the commentary box. Say hello.
Yep.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, and yeah, we were talking earlier before the lobby loaded up, just to determining on where we would say invalidation points, where I was personally saying that little mini straight that splits sector 2 and sector 3 out of like turn 5, that's where I could see some invalidations come. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Turn 1 could also be a good invalidation area, but it's also very hard to misjudge that one. And the last two corners of the circuit will be very, very difficult to figure out
Yeah,
the invalidation points.
I think we've got Jedi out on track first, I believe, in the Red Bull. I'm not sure who else is in this team. I believe
Lex is his teammate. He is currently still in the pits right now.
I think Lex will be going for mediums. He tried it yesterday as he was a replacement in the Division 2 race. I was commentating over that. You saw him. He did DNF, I believe, in the end.
Yeah, he did. I talked to him earlier today about it, and he was having trouble with his brake bias, I think, because I think he was trying to do his ERS change like the old game, but instead it was on his brake bias. But we're on a hot lap now with Jedi, and he's going up towards turn 2, brakes at the 100-meter board, drops it into second gear at the moment, and he's already back up at 4th, so he might have did some early shifting right there. I'm just gonna change some like settings right now. He's going down into turn 4. Pretty good exit. Now down towards turn 5. He did very good not to invalidate right there. It's very easy. Now he heads towards turn 7. No, this is turn 8.
Turn 9
and this is turn
10.
9 or turn 10. Oh.
And he's about to cross the line for a 1 minute 4.6.
Ooh, that's like that was like a D2 time. Probably?
Yeah, I think it was. It might have been like P3 in D2. Enrique puts in a 106. He's definitely he's learning the ways of F1. I believe he does use a wheel, if I'm not mistaken, unless he's maybe it looks a little bit twitchy on the wheel. But he's definitely trying to get to grips with the game. He's struggled, I think, a little bit to adapt into F1 2020. He only bought the game a couple of months ago, actually, so he's really trying his best, and he did a pretty good lap there. I can't lie, a 106 flat is not that far off many people in D2. I don't know whereabouts. I've forgotten already.
J-Boy set a 105 on the mediums. Not a bad lap time from J-Boy in the Haas. And then F1 driver 44, he sets a 104.8 on the softs. Then Laurel on, or Lar on with a 104.6 on the softs. So Jedi still is on pole.
Ooh, Shine, what a lap. What a
103.
lap.
That's a D. That's possibly D1 time.
That is so quick. That's only like a tenth. Or
I
maybe
didn't even see what were the D1 times. I didn't catch the race yesterday for D1.
So Isaac went on pole by about 5 tenths quicker than that, and then me and my teammate, we were a couple of tenths off, I believe.
All right.
So that
really
is like
good lap from Shine.
about P6.
Really good lap.
I do want to go on board with Wazza now, who's exiting the final corner and he invalidates the time. That's really unfortunate. As Count Shackler comes into the pits, invalidated his time. On the first time round, let's see, Cam is coming up to set his time. I think Avi just set a 4.6 or 4.5. Cam's coming into the pits, so
yeah, he might. Let me see. Does he have front wing damage? No, he just. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he spun or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we'll be able to notice like what assists certain drivers will have on or off.
Yeah, I believe most people will be running with medium traction control, which will make a huge gap between them and D2 and D3 and D1.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not sure about Shine. I think he might be using no traction, especially with that kind of lap. I expect no traction. I'm not sure about racing line.
Who knows if he's using a racing line, but he might not be racing with the racing line on. But we probably won't be able to know until later. Just seeing who's coming out of the pit lane. I think his teammate is coming out of the pits. Shine's teammate is coming out, so...
I'm going to actually commentate over the lap that Yoto Yusu is on. He just exits the hairpin and short shifts kind of out of the hairpin. Very difficult to find traction out of there. And now going into turn 4, it's very difficult to get right. Most D1 drivers do it in third, but I realised that after I actually finished the race, when I DNF'd, I found out that actually fourth gear is a little bit better on traction. So yeah, he's kept it pretty relaxed through this section. He's not used the curbs as much as many drivers do, and he's going to come through the final 2 corners. It goes through the penultimate corner now. That seemed pretty planted. Looks like he could have maybe took a little bit more time.
Close.
Yeah, he shifts down into 5th gear, which is pretty good traction.
He's got 5th place.
Yeah, and only 5 thousandths off of Jedi. And as we saw last season, D3 is so close, and I was surprised about how close it was. But every weekend there was definitely some drivers within thousands of each other, and it looks like that's ended.
D3 is always exciting to see for me, because I always get to see. I like seeing guys have a very close battle and everything, and it's always fun to watch or commentate over Division 3, so it's been really nice commentating over these guys over the last few seasons.
Yeah, I believe most of it's good to see all of them developing as drivers, and also seeing who your competition could be as well for the next season. And looking at many of these drivers, I think they're definitely D1, D2 pace, especially Shine.
Some of the drivers I noticed on the leaderboards were in D2, I think, last season. One of the names that I recognized was F1 driver 44. He was in a D2 last season, and I think right now he's on a hot lap right now, so I'm gonna watch and see how he does.
Sorry, who?
So he's just F1 driver. So he's currently in P7, but he's now coming down towards turn 4. He brakes right at the 100-meter board, locks up a little bit, keeps it in 4th gear. Interesting that he didn't go into 3rd right there.
Yeah, I think it was for traction. Now he's going through the two left-handers. It
possibly.
almost invalidates there. That was very close
It was
to
very
the edge,
close.
and now he's going to invalidate there.
And now he's invalidated.
As soon as you touch that white line, it's instant.
Yeah,
you already know you're
is
going to get it.
The curbs on this are crucial.
Yeah, now Astro will get a nice slipstream on his second flying lap. He's done a 5.3 at this moment in time. Let's see if he can improve it with the Renault up ahead as well. So yeah, he gets a little bit, maybe a tiny bit of a distance slipstream. Going into turn 1, he's on mediums no less. So his previous tyres were 3 laps old. So he actually wants to put in a better lap, so he won't start on those diminished red stripe tyres. Going through the hairpin now, I didn't quite catch what the time was. He shifts up into third gear, which is good for traction, and he didn't get much full spin at all through there. And now he's coming up to turn 5. He wants to break at about 100 metres there, and into here he shifts down to third. Seems to do that pretty well. On the exit, shifts up to fourth for some traction. Now going through the left-hander, you on brake just after the 50-metre board there. Drags it round nicely, and now into the second left-hander, and he doesn't want to invalidate there, and he does that pretty perfectly. Gets right on the white line, taking the shortest distance to the next corner. Now into the penultimate corner, shifts about 50 metres, and now into the last corner, shifts down into fifth gear. Loses a little bit of time whilst braking a little bit too much, and does a 5.5, which is only 2/10 off what he did on soft. So it's not a bad time. I did realise there's a bit of a glitch on this game where you actually, every single one of the tyre allocations that you do is always balanced no matter what. So
yeah,
if you wanted to qualify on hards, it's just not possible.
I think they might have made that change because nobody really did qualify on hards. I mean, I did one race, I think it was season 1 of OFR in China. I think it was that race, and yeah, I went like 15 laps on that tire.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to go on the hards.
It was a good race.
I don't think you want to go on hards. It's more of a warm-up lap when you're...
Yeah, exactly.
When
you want to like acclimate yourself to the track a little bit. That's really what I was trying. That's what I usually use the hard tires for. If it was a qualifying situation back in F1 2019, I use them to acclimate myself with the track. But yeah, they seem to have gotten rid of them right now. So it'll be interesting to see if they'll fix that, or if that's actually a permanent change now.
Yeah, I know quite a few drivers that actually struggled to find time for practice, use the hards for a good 4 laps to feel what they would be like in the race, in a way.
Yeah,
I mean, it worked out for them, but I know a lot of people struggle for time with practice, so yeah, there's always that, but unfortunately they're taking it out of the game, unless it's a bit of a glitch, and they'll fix it probably in the next couple of patches. I'm looking at Yoto Yutsu, who's coming into the pits now, so this is people trying to get ready for their final run. Enrique's trying to warm up the tyres, and he's about to start his second flying lap. I think he'll be able
Lex
to do one
is
more
coming
time.
out of the pits.
Yeah, I'll stick up with Enrique, and then I'll shift over to Lex when he starts his flying lap. He's going into turn 1. Enrique really taking all the curb at turn 1. Didn't use it coming out of it on the exit, but he's going to get a nice slipstream off of Waza. Is that his teammate? I don't think it is, actually. He's just giving him a handy slipstream, braking just actually before the 100 metres. He wants to be braking a little bit later than that. Gets an alright exit out of turn 3, and now on to run down to turn 4. You want to be getting as far to the left-hand side as possible, but don't use the curb too much, because it will just speed you up, and then you'll go straight on to turn 4. Now going into turn 6, I believe this is, no, turn 5. And then crossing the second sector line, he's 4/10 down his previous best, so this has not been the greatest of laps for him. I've realised that he's maybe turning a little bit too much, which is creating understeer for him. And now into the penultimate corner, he attacks it with a little bit of speed, but then he struggles to get on throttle there, and
yeah,
he
shifts
just down to
lost a lot of momentum there.
Yeah, not the greatest of laps for him. He was 7/10 down his previous best. I reckon he could go quicker. Maybe he's on another lap, I'm not sure. But I'm going to go on board with Lex, who apparently is on 2 lap old softs, unless this is his oh yes, his best. I'll go on to fitted.
Ooh, got lucky not to invalidate there.
Yeah, but lost block time whilst doing it. I've realised he's only 100th quicker than Enrique, so hopefully those two can have a good battle. Ash Wilson gets a little bit, it gives Lex a little bit of dirty air coming through the 3rd corner. Now on the run down to turn 4. Seems to have some pretty good speed. Brakes just after the 100-metre board. Locks up a little bit, but gets to slow down. He goes for a little bit of slipstream from Ash. That was a little bit risky. Ash hasn't actually set a time, and Lex just pulled out for that.
He was trying. I think what Ash was trying to do was just trying to get out of the way, but he went into the line of Lex, so that might have compromised Lex's lap a little bit right there.
I think Lex will be coming in.
Yeah, I think
it might
have because it might have because nope, he's not going into the pits.
He's not okay yet. I guess we'll watch him for another lap then. This is a oh, we forgot about Enrique. He set a 5.4. That is really good from him. He struggled last year in D3, but that is a pretty good lap time and only a 10th off of Astro. And he's really close to the top 10, so yeah, a very good lap, and Lex is going to have to try and match it as he's come through the hairpin, gets a little bit of wheel spin coming out of there. Now on the run down to turn 4, I think he'll be struggling to get some slipstream off of the Ferrari up ahead. I think it's Van Foffolino. He is part of my team. He's in the Ferrari.
Yeah, it is Van Filippo, right?
Van Foffolino.
Yeah.
Just call him Fofo. I don't know.
Or Van.
Van, yeah.
But
Lex,
Van.
I think, didn't get the best of laps in there, and he'll come in.
Yeah, I think he's pitting now. I think he's boxing this
I don't
lap.
think there's quite enough time. Yeah, there's not enough time. So
yeah,
we'll go on board.
I think he was messing up with his lap.
So I'll go on board with Van Foffolino, my teammate. This will be his one and only laps, I believe. If I think.
Let me see.
It depends. Breaking into the hairpin. Apparently it's purple. He's opening up DRS now. He's on the run down to turn 4. As you know, the second sector is one of the difficult ones, but then sector 3 is also very difficult. Sector 1, it's quite easy, but then when it gets to the second part of the track,
odd choice of year that he kept it in. He kept it in 5th during turn 4, so that's a odd year that he kept it in. So
yeah, for a quali lap, he's running very high gears. I think he might just be able to sneak in a quick lap.
See what time he puts in.
Well, it won't be on pole position. Shine's taking that one, and he's going to set slower than both Bondovan and Enrique.
Just faster than Lex by about 5/10 or 6/10 of a second.
Yeah, that's shocking. I was expecting him a lot better. It's not even shocking. It wasn't a shocking that, but I was expecting him to be up there with his teammate, really. And speaking about his teammate, he's on a lap.
Ash still hasn't set a lap time.
And he's on 2 lap old mediums as well. So that will not help his venture for a good position in this qualifying session. Looks like Lara is trying to get a little bit of slipstream off Lex. Lex will be pulling off to the side, I think. Lex got in the way there. That cost Lara a little bit of time. And Lex still not getting out of the way a bit. But then Lara going through the very long left-hander. And now he's 2/10 down so far. He's going to struggle to improve on his lap time. J-Boy behind has gone a couple of hundredths slower than him. Into the final sector, he really attacks the curbs there. Into the final corner, he's got a corner cut, and he comes off wide, and that's really unfortunate for him. It doesn't look like any of these guys are going to set a time. I believe Ash is out of fuel. Lex has finished his qualifying session, I think. Is he? It says he's still on a lap, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, I think
so we're going to go to Astro, who's not.
Count has got a 5-place grid penalty, I think. Let me check. check the race director there. Yeah.
For me, I think Lex is
Count has
actually
got
on the lap.
a grid penalty. He got a grid penalty for a collision with Garrett.
For me, it says Lex is on the lap, but the timer ran out.
Yeah, I know. I think it's also showing me that as well. Unless it's
see his
AI driving.
If you see his driving, it's more like a player than an AI.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I think this is a little bit of a glitch that needs to be fixed. We're going to have to wait another 1 minute 30 for the qualifying to be over, and let's see if he crosses the line now. He's not going to set a quicker lap, I don't think. Or does he? He goes a little bit quicker, actually. Doesn't gain any positions.
105.9. Not bad.
I was not, and he did get held up by Van Foffelina.
Yeah, that was the AI, I think.
I think, yeah, it was. Oh, it was Van Foffelina.
Or no, that was AI. Laurel, I think, that he got held up by.
I don't think it is. No, it was Van Foffelina.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know actually. Well, these two.
No, it was Laurel. Because the Foligno is ahead.
Oh yeah, I see now. I see.
Yeah, so it was. It was Laura.
But Laura, that was his AI driving, and Lex managed to somehow have a glitch lapping away. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, I have to agree with Santi in chat. I think Shine will be able to win this one.
Yeah,
4 tenths is a very big
with
gap.
a 103.4, 4 tenths up on Cam. That was a really good lap time from Shine there.
I mean, it was a close quali between a few drivers, such as lower down to F1 driver. They were very close, and then there's some other drivers that are very close. I feel like Lex didn't quite extract everything he could have got out of the qualifying session.
But he did his best. He tried to do his very best. Yeah, so Count has gotten a 5-place grid penalty from a collision with Garrett. Where did Garrett finish out of all of this? He finished in P16, so...
I'm going to take the grid. Shine gets P1, Cam P2 in the Alpha Tauri, Avi P3, Johto Yutsu P4, La P5, J-Boy P6, F1 Driver P7, Jedi P8, Wazza P9, Shakula P10, Astro P11, Enrico P12, Bondavin P13, Van Foffelino P14, Lex P15, Garrett P16, and Ash Wilson rounding out the rear of the grid. He didn't do a good lap there. I felt
No, he did not, which is unfortunate, because it looked like he was just pushing the car to the absolute limit there. It looked like he was pushing it to the limit. So, yeah, I think we're going to see possibly a charge through the field from Ash, possibly, because he looked like he was pushing through, like he was taking his car to the absolute limit. So it'll be interesting to see how he does throughout the race.
And I must say, Shine did shine in that qualifying session.
I see what you did there.
So I feel like it's not going to be a close race. I've got a feeling that the front is not going to be close. But yeah.
Van Foffelino, I think, readied up a little bit early.
Yeah, and now everyone's making fun of me in the chat for that one. Someone readied up. I did not catch who it was.
Do you want to do lights out, or do you want me to do lights out?
You can do whatever you want. You can do it if you want.
Alright, I'll do that. I'll also have a stopwatch for pit stops and everything, so.
Okay, that's good to know. I think I'm surprised I didn't see any pit lane penalties, speeding in pit lane in D2.
Not that I saw. I was fairly good with the pit lane. I didn't speed at all in the pit lane, I think, in D2 today.
I did feel like Sorry.
It's hit or miss if you speed in the pit lane. You just gotta get it just right, to be honest. But where do you think, changing the topic quickly, where do you think a lot of DNF zones will be here today?
Exit of turn 1, I feel like that curve can sometimes really spit you off. The dreaded turn 9, if you get a little bit of oversteer and try and correct it, you'll go smashing into the wall. That ended my race yesterday. Yeah, I feel like those are the two main zones. The rest of the track is quite far away from the barriers, unless obviously there's some contact. There can always be contact.
Yeah, it's for me. I can agree with the places you said, but just to add on to two other places, the two left-hand turns, like coming out of turn 4, you go towards
yeah, I see
the left-handers. If you take too much curb, and you accelerate too hard, you're gonna possibly lose the car going into that area. So, kind of got to be careful going in to that area there. So,
yeah, I do feel like you need to be careful there, but I think the barriers are quite far away. So, if anything, you'll just lose time in the gravel rather than
mostly.
But anyway, do you want to take the grid?
Yep. I'm gonna spectate Shine at the moment.
See who's got the best camera angle. Okay.
I gotta do some Shine.
I think
they're all pretty much
Garrett
similar.
does have
3
one.
lights, 2 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out and away we go. And Shine seems to get a really good start, and same with the Haas. The Haas is already in like P3 right now, and I think he's gonna get P2. The Ferrari goes wide, and Shine seems to be getting away very well.
There's someone spun at the rear. A lot of people have spun on the rear. We've got virtual safety car there.
AlphaTauri has spun. Virtual
Enrique.
safety car.
Enrique is off.
Unfortunate.
We have Ash Wilson right at the back. We've got the Van Foffolino. He is slowing right down. Lex is actually letting a lot of people through. We have a predicted pit stop by AWS, but we won't listen to that.
So he's got some front wing damage there. So yeah, it's unfortunate for Enrique because he looked to have so much promise there.
Man, he looked pretty quick in that quali.
Yeah, he did. But the Haas, the Haas of Johto, he got a really good start right there. Predicted stop strategy for some of the drivers pitting in. I think it said lap 10.
Yep, lap 10. I feel like if the safety car doesn't say it's ending right now, some people might be in the pits, and unfortunately for Waza, he has just entered the pits as the safety car was ending. But now Yoto Yutsu says he's in P7. That's a glitch. Not sure what happened there. Enrique unfortunately has left the session. We actually have Yoto Yutsu, who is under attack from Avi, who has just actually made the position stick. We've got a little bit of a glitched time screen on there, but it looks like Avi is really trying to close down on the Haas driver, and now it's all back to normal. Avi's going to try to go down the inside.
Both Haas driver locks up, Johto locks up, Avi seems to
and
be
F1
sticking
driver
with
gets
them though. F1 driver gets past. JJ.
And someone's gone straight on Cam. Almost went straight on there. He's in P7. He's trying to hang back. That is Pingu's main man in D3. He is trying to attack J-Boy. He's also trying to attack F1 driver, and there's a massive group here. And F1 driver gets all over the grass. Ooh, and
J-Boy takes full, but he takes full advantage of it right there. He takes full advantage.
And Cam's going to try down the inside in the first corner. He's going to try and back out of it. Yes, Cam backs out of it.
That was the smart move. You gotta stay calm. You don't gotta go right for it.
Oh, so Avi just overtook Johto Jutsu, and Johto Jutsu's trying to get a better exit off of the hairpin, and he does get a pretty good exit. He's going to open up DRS. I don't think he's quite going to be close enough to Avi to make an overtake. Now going down to Cam, he's going to try to go down the inside into turn 4, and he gets the move done, but he goes a little bit wide. Is that going to be J-Boy back through? J-Boy gets back through. He's going to take P5 back off him, unless Cam comes back in the left-handers, but then Cam looks like he backed out there.
This is gonna be a good one, a good battle between some of the front runners right now. It's pretty much a battle for third at the moment.
Yeah, La and Shine are pulling away, and that's good for Ferrari and for McLaren. You see
he's
Avi
right on their tail,
the
but he doesn't have much ERS. He's got to calm down. He's got to build up that ERS. He's already at 0. He's got no ERS, so he's got to stay calm here. Cam, I think, went a little bit wide there.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time, and now F1 driver is going to try and attack Cam into the hairpin.
But he has no ERS, so his overtake is useless.
That is pretty bad. He's going to have to save up, just keep it in the medium.
He doesn't understand how how the ERS works. He's got to kick it out of overtake and build it up.
Yeah, sometimes, especially on controller, it's very difficult to keep pressing the button. Obviously, it was more difficult last year, but they haven't really had time to adapt to it. Coming into this season, the pre-season obviously last week, and that was only a couple of weeks, or only like a week after the game came out. Looks like Jedi's in a pretty good position, 60% ERS, sitting nicely 7/10 behind F1 driver.
Yeah, he's managing his ERS perfectly.
F1 driver goes wide, and he almost loses the rear. Jedi is going to get him on the run down to turn 1, crosses the line, and yeah, Jedi has overtaken.
Perfect overtake right there. Good overtake there. Ooh, and he cuts the corner a little bit. 3-second time penalty for that move there. But still, good overtake. F1 driver, he's not managing his ERS. He's not. I don't think he's taking it out of overtake. Cam, what is happening?
We've got yellow flag. Oh no, it's Cam. And that's the hit of an Argentinian crying right now. Santi.
I barely saw him just shift a little bit. He might have had some major wheel spin. He might have had some wheel spin coming out and he just lost it or something right there.
And I'm about to hear a crying Argentinian. He's still in P10 though, and only 3/10.
Lex overtook Garrett going into turn 4. Good move from Lex right there. He kind of missed it though, but it was a good move from Lex on Garrett.
Yeah,
good strong confidence from Lex right there.
Yeah, but Lex needs to be using the overtake mode a bit more to catch up. We've got a spinning Mercedes of Ash Wilson. He's still in the second sector, and needs to let Shine go through. And yeah, we do have an angry Argentinian.
Alright, so
very smart decision from Cam there to pit now. He's got front wing damage as well, so he can fix that in the pit lane.
Around a 10-second stop because he had to change the front wing. But I don't know who. Somebody might have lost the rear a little bit going into the left-handers, like on the exit of turn 4.
Ooh, yeah, F1 driver really losing a lot of grip. Overtake mode will not help that at all. It will just make the rear spin up even more.
He needs to calm down.
He's depleted it completely. 0% ERS now. He needs to turn it off.
He needs to calm down. Like, he's got to calm down, and
he's dropped out DRS now.
He's not in the DRS range. He's gotta manage his ERS. It's at 0% right now.
So does La, who is losing a little bit of time to Avi now. La in the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo driver for Avi are going to start closing up to each other anytime soon.
Jedi is chasing down Jay right now. He's sticking very close. The ERS management, though, is very different compared to the two drivers.
Yeah, obviously
so
Jedi
seems to be at 22 right now. Jay being at 40 right now, so he's managing. And I think Johto went a little bit wide going into the second left-hander there.
Yeah, I can see the gap is now less than a second. I think Johto Jutsu, I think he's a bit quicker than his teammate as Avi comes into the pits for the undercut attempt on La. And now the pit window is open for all medium tyre or all soft runner people. Avi's going to fall back down behind Count Chocula, perhaps. He's
3.2 second stop right there.
Oh, we have Lex off. Lex in the barrier.
Lex is off. Where is he? Where is he?
He's coming out of the two left-handers. That is quick there.
That is a lot of front wing damage. He's pitting. He's got to pit this lap.
Yeah. Waza also pitting. Let's actually see the pit stops. I don't know who's got who.
Williams coming in. Williams is coming in, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, Waza. He does a pretty good stop there.
That's a 3.16 stop right there. 3.1 seconds.
Oh, we got virtual
right there.
safety car. Virtual safety car. For I guess Lex's crash.
Possibly, but
he's not
I'm
out
just
yet.
seeing if there's any other incidences right now. Shine's coming in. Shine's coming in.
Yeah, we're going to see every driver in,
and
surely.
Law.
Oh, Van Foffolino has a drive-through penalty. As we were talking about earlier, people getting these drive-through penalties because speeding by 1, 2, 3 miles per hour.
2.46 stop from Shine.
I
couldn't see for. I'm gonna see for Johto.
I think Avi's coming around the final corner. Let's see what he can do. Can he get Lar? It's going to be close between him and Lar.
Of Johto.
Lar comes out of the pit lane, and it looks like Avi has got the advantage over Lar, and Avi in provisional P2 now. And he defends hard. Bondevin trying to go around the outside. Lar's trying to stay back. He's going to get the Renault on the exit, surely.
Ooh, good move from Lar right there. That was smart racing right there from him.
He's got overtake on, and he's going to keep the position going into turn 4. Looks like Van Foffolino is out.
No, it's so unfortunate for him.
In the pits. Yeah, no, I can't talk about that, man.
Jay right now, Jay's pitting, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, it was inevitable to pit this lap. I think Astro will also pit this lap too. Yep. He's actually taking it very calm, so we'll lose a few positions if he carries on like this. Lars still within the DRS, and the ERS situation is on Avi's side at this moment in time. He's got DRS open, and it doesn't look too bad for Cam actually at the moment.
3.2 seconds.
He's still in P11. He can still.
I might have started it just a second earlier, so that might have been a 2.2. That might have been a 3.2 seconds. That was a 3.2 second stop from the Haas driver of Jay.
F1 driver jumps him.
He did?
The F1 driver jumps him.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
he's going to get DRS on the second straight, and the ERS situation is heavily on J-Boy's side.
Does Jay have the fresher tires? I think he has the fresher tires.
He does, but J-Boy literally just came out the pits, so his tyres are going to be cold, and this is F1 driver's chance to try and break away from the Haas driver. Johto Jutsu comes out quite far ahead on road. Lar is still within 0.4 of a second, 0.5 of a second. He's going to get DRS on the back straight. His ERS situation isn't good at all, so he's going to struggle to overtake Avi. I would try and keep in his DRS for the next couple of laps if I was him. Don't use overtake, but he is using overtake. He's just turned it off, and there's a yellow flag, and it's for Johto Jutsu. He has spun coming out of turn 9, and he's going to come out right in the front of Jedi.
He could have. Was that? Who was that just passed him? Was that
Jedi?
Jedi? It was Jedi. Ooh, that was close. That was close contact there.
Astro comes into pits again, and this is going to give Cam a pretty good run for this now. P7 for him. Ooh, almost P7.
That's around a 3-second stop from Astro, right there.
Cam overtakes the Renault driver, and let's see what Bondevin can do on the brakes into here. He doesn't quite get the advantage. Let's see who gets the better exit as Cam goes a little bit wide, but it looks like Cam is looking very good on traction there. J-Boy's still within the second of F1 driver, so we'll see if he can make the move on him.
Jay needs to start pushing a little bit. I think what Jay needs to do, he needs to start pushing on F1 driver, because he still isn't managing his ERS at the moment. He is not managing it whatsoever. He's just kept it in overtake the entire time. And this isn't a good strategy from F1 driver, because
He's quicker.
He's just burning it all right now, which isn't good.
And you can see he's quicker. Can picked up a 3-second penalty. That won't help his ventures for 7th place. But actually, Bondering comes into the pits for the 3rd time as he's speeding in the pit lane again. And F1 driver really running out of VRS. This is going to give the advantage to J-Boys. F1 driver cuts the corner a little bit there. Looks like I don't think he's quite going to get him down this straight. Yeah, he's just saving off his ERS, J-Boy. He knows that it's not going to be possible to catch up.
He's doing the smart move right now. He's doing the smart thing right now, which is just lay back, stay within the distance of DRS, but also just like not overusing your ERS so then you blow it all.
F1 driver picks up another 3-second penalty. He's got 2 now, and J-Boy won't know. We've got yellow flag sector 2. That is Ash Wilson, I believe.
Who is it?
No, it's Astro. Waiting for Bondvin to cross that line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's kept off the track.
I think he might have spun there.
He did. He spun coming out of going into
back
sector
on
2.
board with J for me. He's
got this
DRS down the straight here.
0 ERS for the F1 driver. And he's going to try it down the inside. No, he's going to...
No, he wasn't in overtake. He needs to put it in overtake.
He's not using it at all. Whereas F1 driver's using it for the whole lap. And he will have a massive advantage on the next lap, as F1 driver is literally on 10%, but using it all the time. He hasn't actually... I don't think he's changed it ever since the start of the race. Ooh, Lar picks up a 3-second penalty. That's not good for his venture for 1st position. And as we know, I believe Ferrari is leading the whole team championship for everyone. So this is still a good result for my team Ferrari, but you know, I think he could have got 2nd today.
Yeah. Jay's got the rundown. I think he's really close to F1 driver. He gets a really good exit. Jay, I think he's gonna get him this lap. Jay's got him this lap.
J-Boy takes.
Yep, there you go. There's the overtake.
And F1 driver tries to go late on the brakes. And he's trying to very better exit, but I don't think it's going to be his. Oh yeah, he's trying it, and he's actually gone down the inside.
They come close to making contact there.
Jeez. F1 driver. F1 driver locks up so badly. He keeps it ahead.
Closes the door on him. You kind of got to leave the space there.
At this point, J-Boy knows he can get past him. It's just a matter of where. He wants to get past him on the 3rd bite of DRS on the lap. He wants to get him out of the hairpin, because then he knows that he will be past him, and he will secure 4th place. F1 driver, as we know, has got penalties already, but you never know. There could be a bit of contact between these 2 drivers.
I don't think Jay has got any penalties right now, but
he's gone very, very. He's close going into turn 1. He's not going to quite get it. And now going out of turn 2, he doesn't get the greatest of exit in the world. And he's going to try get him. I
think he's going to get it. He's going to get it.
He's going to try down the inside. He's not going to have
Max Verstappen move from Jay.
And F1 driver gets a better exit again, and he's going to try down the inside. He's got overtake on again. So is he going to get past J-Boy? I mean, looks like it.
Jay's got overtake on this lap. He's doing the smart thing.
Again. Oh, he locks up. Will J-Boy get ahead now?
He did the switch back on F1 driver right there, and that is a good, smart move. F1 driver trying to dive down, and
and he's gone wide.
It costs him right there. That probably will cost him some major time right there.
And Joto Jutsu, who has pitted twice in this Grand Prix, is now in P10.
Right now.
We need to go on board with Waza. He's trying to count up with Count Dracula. Let's see how he will do in this lap. Count Dracula is losing a little bit of grip going through that left-hand. There was a bit of oversteer coming out of it. I think this is the battle to watch for now as F1 driver. As Count Dracula goes wide, and then Waza goes even wider, and it looks like he might have a good run coming down into turn 1. He doesn't want to be overtaken now. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna go down the inside. He goes for it. The Williams driver gets through into
Good
P8.
move. That was a good move.
And Count Chocula almost loses it, and he does a great job of keeping it back still on track.
But a good move from Waza there. That was a really good, strong move from him on Count there.
An F1 driver still in overtake mode. He needs to turn it off, really.
He hasn't changed it at all. Man.
Otherwise, Jedi's going to be on him.
Yeah, Jedi's going to catch him. I think he's already gaining like a few tenths of.
I didn't mean catches in. I don't mean catches in like overtake. I mean penalty situation. Doesn't suit F1 driver.
Yeah.
Lex picks up a 3-second penalty. He's just trying to get home.
I'm just going to see if Jay has
yellow flag
any
sets
penalties.
2. There is Avi off. It's not Avi. It's his teammate. Oh, that got me a little bit scared then. Lara had to avoid the Alfa Romeo driver. Lex isn't too far behind from Garrett, but Shine is on his penultimate lap of the race, and he's controlled it from the start. He hasn't been overtaken. F1 driver's still there, you know.
F1 driver's still hanging in there, but he
won't get it.
He's got to manage that ERS. Like, I feel like him having no ERS there is just like that causing him to possibly slow down a little bit.
Yellow flag sector 2. We've got Ash Wilson up on the lead.
McLaren. I think that's.
Is it a McLaren?
Is that a Haas? It's the Haas of Johto.
Oh well, it's not cost him any positions. Luckily for him.
Yeah, it didn't cost him too many, but it did cost him some time there.
Yeah, Cam is out. No, Cam is Bondovin.
Yellow flag sector 2 as well at the hairpin again.
Yeah, it was
I think it might have been Bondo being trying to let Shine by because of blue flags.
Yep. So, Shine coming through the second sector now. It's got one corner till he crosses the second sector timing. Goes on to the third lap. We've got Jedi, I believe. Or is it Lex? I'm not 100% sure who it is. I think it is Lex. But Shine coming through the final 2 corners now. He's controlled this race from lap 1, and he's going to take the win. His first win in D3, I believe. And he crosses the line.
What a race from
And he sets the quickest lap on the final lap.
And fastest lap. What a lap from Shine. What a race from him as well.
Avi crosses the line in P2. Great result from him in the Alfa Romeo. Then it will be Lar to cross the line in his Ferrari. And I'm sure he'll be happy with that one.
Followed by Jay and then F1 driver. F1 driver still sticking close. But he's not going to have enough time to catch Jay. Jay finishes in front of F1 driver Jedi. Let's see where Jedi finishes. He finishes in 6th still. Cam 7th. Was
was a P8.
In 8th. Count in 9th.
And
Johto in 10th. And then there we go. That was one hell of a race.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good race. Very entertaining.
Count with
the driver of the day. I could see that. He gained quite a few positions, I think, off of that race. Now as we take a look at our podium finishers. McLaren, Alfa Romeo, and his Ferrari.
I must say, controlled race from the McLaren driver, and he's ready.
Yeah, very controlled. He did very, very good.
And to be honest, I've got to be real. Cam does an amazing race there. He did very well as well. Got front wing damage and makes his way up into P7. But Shine gets P1, Avi P2, La P3, J-Boy P4, F1 driver P5, Jedi P6, Cam P7, Waza P8, Count Chocula P9, Johto Josu P10, Astro P11, Bondovin P12, Garrett P13, Lex P14, he was spun a couple of times, Ash Wilson P15, and he is the last finisher of them all, and then Van Foffolino and Enrique, both retiring because of terminal damage.
Unfortunate for them.
Yeah, Enrique did not have a chance.
He didn't even make it past the first lap, I think.
Yeah, he crashed or just after the first corner. So I don't know what it's like out there.
I think it was a very good race between everyone overall, and yeah, I could see them having a really good battle at the next track, which is Zandvoort. That'll be a very interesting race for all divisions, in my opinion, because it's a new track that nobody's ever seen, and yeah, we're all looking forward to it, and yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, exactly. The track is so tight, very technical. We're going to see a few drivers talk like very close together, and we're also going to see a lot of passes that won't work. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah,
we're going to see a few drivers off.
There's going to possibly be a lot of overtaking, possibly at the final turn. So, but we'll see in 1 week's time, or not even a week's time, 6 days' time, for Division 1, and then shortly after that, Division 2, but then 1 week's time for Division 3, so hopefully you guys can tune in for those races, and yeah, that's all I gotta say for that.
I do believe we've got a race on tonight at, I believe, 10 p.m. UTC. I won't talk about that one. I'm not sure, 100% sure if it's happening, but if it is, tune in for that one, because that'll be interesting too.
Right.
And then we've also got Dirt Rally, I believe, on Friday.
Yes, Dirt Rally.
Yeah, Dirt Rally. Then we'll have the D1 race at 4 p.m. UTC,
right.
And then 6 p.m. UTC for the D2 race. Anyway, that was an entertaining race. I hope you enjoyed it. See what we have next week in Zandvoort. Goodbye, guys.
Yeah.